Those were our stories about getting stuck. Now we're going to do an activity about getting stuck. And today's activity is a good way to practice our early cutting and fine motor skills. So what you're going to need are a few plastic animals or dolls, or really just any sort of little toy that you could theoretically wrap something around. Some strips of scrap paper cut into different sizes, a little bit of tape, doesn't matter what kind, and a pair of child safety scissors. You may also want a pair of scissors for yourself if you want to help demonstrate how to use scissors with your child. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these animals stuck. We're gonna get them trapped in some paper. So you can take just strips of paper, and if your child is just starting out to cut, you might want to go even thinner than this right here, like just maybe the width of your own finger, and that way it's not very far for them to cut through. So I'm gonna cut this strip down actually. Then we're gonna take this strip of paper, and how long it is depends on how much cutting you want them to do. Again, if they're just starting out, then it might be good to just keep it pretty short. What we're gonna do with these strips of paper is just wrap them around our animals. So I've got, what did we have in the story? Who got stuck? Sheep got stuck, a chicken got stuck, all the barn animals got stuck, a horse got stuck, a cat got stuck, a dog got stuck. I've got a dog, so let's use the dog. So I'm gonna tape this piece of paper onto my dog here. There we go. And then we're just gonna take this piece of paper and wrap it around in different ways. Get it wrapped around. And then we're gonna make sure we wanna also tape the other end. And that way when they cut through, it doesn't just unravel. And the other thing to keep in mind is as you're wrapping, you don't wanna wrap it super tight because then you're not gonna be able to get the scissors underneath to cut them out. So we're gonna wrap it nice and loose, like this. And I'm just gonna take one little piece of tape. Rip your tape ahead of time. That's a tip that I just learned. All right, so now we've got our dog is stuck in this mess of paper. And so now, my little friends, it's your job to rescue this dog with the scissors. And we know when we use scissors, we gotta do a few things. First of all, do we ever run with scissors? No, definitely not. We walk, and when we walk, we carry them just like this with our hands around the blades and the blades closed so that they're safe and they don't hurt anybody. What else do we do with scissors? Do we point them at anybody? No. We only use scissors to cut. And do we use scissors to cut just anything that we want? No. Usually we're only going to use scissors to cut paper or yarn or anything that your teacher or your parent or your babysitter says is okay. All right, so how am I gonna get this dog out of here? I gotta cut through these papers. We'll cut through this first one, but it's not quite free yet. So I'm gonna cut through this one too. Cut this off. There. Now we've rescued the dog. So you can set this activity up, and again, depending on your child's cutting ability, you might want to use thinner or wider strips. If they're starting to get the hang of scissors and you want them to practice cutting across, you can use a nice thick strip like this and wrap it around. Another thing that you might want to do is add some more layers so that it takes a little longer, or even add a couple of strips. So I've taken these two thinner strips and taped them together, and I can wrap this around my cow friend here probably 3 or 4 good times. And you can also vary how much space you're leaving for them to get the scissors underneath. I'm just gonna borrow this tape from this other one. Remember when I said cut the tape ahead of time? No. Really do it. All right, so there we've got a stuck cow. All right, so that's your activity for the day. And cutting practice is really good, not just for learning how to cut, but anything that works on fine motor skills is also helping develop children's ability to hold a pencil and eventually to write words. So I definitely encourage you to get out some safety scissors and practice some cutting. And hopefully you can have fun with this unstuck activity. Thanks for tuning in today, and again, let us know how the pre-recording worked out for you. And lastly, if you're still watching, we just want to let everybody know that the library is now open for walk-up and curbside checkout. So if you have particular books, you're able to browse our catalog online at salmonlibrary.org. You can find books that you want, send us an email, give us a call, or stop by from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and let us know what books you want, and we'll grab them for you. Or if you're not quite sure and you just really want some books on bugs or on boats or on pirates or anything like that, you can just let us know and we'll pick out some books for you. So we hope to see you down here checking out books. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on Saturday.